right, this is the light body reading for the week ahead. What I'm being shown today is an individual for this. So this is for one person, not an entire collective. So there could be elements in here that you resonate with. Otherwise, it will be, there is one person specifically that this is for. Okay. So just take it if it resonates. Whatever work is done, anyone can do the work. It's not going to be an issue if you do the work and this isn't your reading. Just do the best you can. So I'll show you the analysis. We have higher gateways are really, really good. Okay, really open, balanced, clear. And then around the earth, the soul star, they start shutting down. Soul star, crown, third eye, and throat starts shutting down. The heart looks pretty good. It was a little distorted. And then when we get to the solar plexus, everything's great. Sacral, okay. It's a little smaller than solar plexus. Root is very distorted. Then we have the earth star is really good. And the earth gateway is very distorted. Okay, so what we're seeing here is just some inconsistencies in the energy. Really open, contracted, really open, contracted. Okay, and the best thing you can do for this situation is to do the Metatrans Cube activation, to go through, open all of the energy centers, all of the gateways, and then reground into the core. This being is 3D. They are at 900 kilohertz. So here, okay, which is a little surprising because they should be at a 4D level. And I think at an energetic consciousness level, they are, but for some reason, they're not able to hold a higher frequency, okay? The cosmic heart was almost completely closed. So this is the connection to the divine, fully to divine love. And then we saw this block in the field, which is in the 7th level of the field, which is all that is. It is the Catheric template that connects you to all that is, okay? The lines of light. And so what we're seeing here is there is an issue around judgment, self-judgment. You could be judging others as well. Divine order, cycles of growth, some sort of survival stuff coming up, compensation, perseverance, and the power of the divine. Now, these beings could also be, whoever this is, could be a Capellian starseed. And Capella they're teachers, philosophers, healers. They're very, very wise. And so what I think is going on here, because this person has connection to these higher spheres of energy, they're not doing the work on the physical body or the healing. So they're reaching up to these really high levels and cannot embody it. So the frequency is stagnating. And I feel like there could be some frustration to slow growth because you may know that you're this divine being, should be teaching, a philosopher, healing, but you just can't get the frequencies up. And that's because you need to go through this healing process, okay? There is a shift in octave here as well. And yeah, I got the message. There's definitely a shift here within this next week, an elevation into higher spheres of reality, energy. You're also a time-space traveler. So you are a Skywalker, whoever this is. And I feel some frustration and a lack of progress. But there is something shifting this week. And I feel like maybe you've been working on this change for anywhere from 5 to 10 years. And you're just like, I've been doing this for so long. Why am I not seeing any changes? And so they're saying that you need to keep going, keep persisting, keep clearing your field. Don't try to take shortcuts. Keep doing the healing work. Get some help and guidance if you need. But because of the frustration, you're creating resistance for yourself and things are stopping. We also see this with the field because the block in the 7th level of the field, if there was a lot of chaos and you weren't doing the work, I would have seen 5, 6, 7 blocks and they'd be all throughout every level in there, but we're just seeing this one. Okay, so recommendations for you guys would be Metatron's cube activation, celestial purification to clear this. You're not ready for the Mercana activation yet, but you could do DNA repair and even the Circle of the 7 Flames. All of those are in the Enzo Academy. Those would all be helpful. And then to look a little more at the advanced stuff that's going on and what the primary issue here is that I do believe you guys are a 6th density being. You could be a 6th density wanderer, or you just incarnated here from the 6th density. And I will tell you, it's really frustrating being here in the 3D. You lose basically all of your gifts. You have to relearn everything, retrain yourself, pull yourself out of the mass mind to reteach yourself everything. And so I think that's where the frustration is coming in. And like I've said a million times, someone at 900 kilohertz, it doesn't mean that you're not an evolved soul. It just means that you haven't reconnected to that aspect of self. So that's what I help people do in the Enzo Academy. But we have the 6th density harmonic. And I think what's really holding you back is this inner child wound. Okay. There is an issue in the mental field, the mental body, that is sorry, that's Max, that is really stagnating your growth here. And I'm sorry, no, you need to wait, hold on. So reconnecting to joy, to love, to the inner child, sitting in meditation and actually doing a journey with, sorry about that, doing a journey with your inner child to reconnect and see what this trauma is. We can look at it in the field. I gave you guys a little bit of an idea here. Let me get more specific on that. What is this inner child doing? What does it have to do with? So there's something about expecting things to just fall into your lap and not needing to do the work. There's a need to be giving back to the world. So there could be something from, I'll get more on this, some trauma or wounding from when you were a kid, that there's some unrealistic expectations here. Okay. Patience, stillness. So 2 scenarios here. And since this is for one person, I feel like this person has actually been giving a lot to the world. Giving, and are not seeing any results right now. And they're saying to be patient, to sit in stillness and allow your work to be reciprocated. And let me make sure, because I'm getting both storylines. So either you're being too patient when you need to really take some action, or you're not being patient enough. And it depends on where you're at. If you've been putting the work in and taking action to create your dreams in the world with physical reality. Because here's one thing, when we incarnate here from the higher realms, we're used to things being a lot easier. And they are in the higher realms. Here, they're not that easy. You do have to do the physical work. We can manifest without doing that and allow things to come, but we have to have cleared all karma, all blocks, all distortions. And this person's sitting in the 3D, so they're not there yet. So the work needs to be done, the healing work, the actions, okay, for things to start coming in. If, on the other hand, you've been doing the work and things are not coming back, then there is a need to be patient. And this, I feel like, is for those that resonate with this message, but are at a higher frequency range and a higher density. Okay, so let me just look at this one more time. So if you're feeling so frantic that you're always stressed all the time, always running around, overdoing, then you need to take a step back. Okay, so if you're always going, this message comes through all the time. So it depends on where you're at. You know, if you haven't been doing enough, time to step up. If you're doing too much, take a step back. Work on just becoming and being. And at the higher fields, once you've really cleared and elevated, that is the biggest challenge, is being patient and allowing for the divine to come to you and be receptive when things come in, because they happen in divine timing and not when you demand them to happen. So there's a little bit of back and forth here as far as what exactly this is, and it depends on where you're at. So use your intuition. And let's see, there is a activation with the galactic blueprint as well. And so this individual has some work to do before getting there. The galactic blueprint activates in the 5D system once you've elevated, shifted, and grounded into the 5D core. Okay, and this blueprint is your mission and is your path, but you have to do the healing work so you can raise your frequency and shift. You have to do that first. Then you will know your path. Then you will see your mission with clarity. Okay, so until then, you could actually do the Celestial Roundtable, which is a meditation or guided journey I have in the Academy, or sit down and commune with your guides and see what messages they have for you with this. You're not going to be able to bypass or work with the galactic blueprint until you raise your frequency and move into the upgraded chakra system. Okay, so even if you get messages about the galactic blueprint, now you're not going to be on that timeline until you move to the 5D. Okay, so 3D, 4D is a timeline, 5D is a timeline, and then 6D is a different timeline. And then once you get to 7D, there's a different timeline, and they all rise in frequency. So your mission, your purpose, your goals will all shift a little bit. There will be a common thread through all of them, but they will be elevated and changed as you elevate and change. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. It's a little harder looking at this and not knowing exactly who it is or who I'm working with, but this being is very advanced. I think there's just some frustration here because they want to be further ahead than they are. Just know that you can get there quickly. You just have to do the work. You have to take the steps, okay? And then once you make that shift, then the higher blueprint will activate and you can start working at that higher level. Okay? I hope that was helpful. See you next time.